Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins. Today we're continuing our playthrough of Coffee Roaster. Just before we get into this week's episode, I do want to give a quick thank you to Strange Solution, who dropped a comment on the last video to let me know that this section of the board is actually unlocked by getting this token. So the game's not quite as easy as I thought it was, so thank you. I mean, maybe because it's now a little bit difficult, but no, genuinely thank you. Do let me know if I do make any mistakes, because the idea is we play the game and we have some fun, and that wasn't straight, and now it is. We are doing the Mexico Altura Oaxaca. Don't know whether I said that right, probably not. Mexico is potentially one of my favourite countries on this earth. However, I can barely speak English, so I'm not sure how I was meant to get that. We've already set the bag up to begin, so we've got the, come back up here, you. 13 zero beans, 4 water, 1 defective bean, 4 hard beans, 2 body, so the red tokens, 3 acidity, the green tokens, and 3 aroma, so the blue tokens, totaling 30 tokens in the bag. It is a beginner card. We are on the beginner, super beginner weight side, so this is going to be a nice, cozy playthrough, I hope. If you haven't played Coffee Roaster before or seen Coffee Roaster before, basically we pull the amount of tokens that tells us on our roasting track. This is how much roast we've got. We'll be using this just to keep track of what we've got in the bag, because we need to get a total of 14 roast points, or as near as we can, to win the game. It's a point game, is this. We're trying to get as close to get as many points as possible, but we'll go through that at the end. To begin with, we get to pull 8 tokens, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be quite good. Right, so we'll put all of our zeros together, because we're going to be doing that now. Instantly. Probably not wise. We do get rid of the water token. When you pull water tokens, they get discarded, so they will stay up here. But we do instantly have the requirement to unlock that additional bit to make the game a little bit easier for myself. So we're going to do that. Now, we do need flavor tokens in the bag to pull at the end, so we can't use them all. We don't get more flavor tokens, and we do need 2 greens and a blue. However, because we've got 3 greens and 3 blues, and we don't need any reds, it feels okay to discard them to make my game a little bit easier. Now, as for the contents here, these all go up 1 level, so these 4 zeros become 4 ones. Oh, it's such a nice mechanic. So that becomes 4 ones, they go over there, and we're not going to do anything with this one. Ooh, we potentially should have thought about doing that, but I'm not bothered. It's fine. We are going to move this up to 4 to indicate that we've roasted 4 beans. That's basically the game. We're aiming for 14, so we want to be kind of around 20, I think. These go back in the bag. We give it a shake, and then we begin again. However, this time we're pulling 9. Okay. I did forget to put the tokens on here, but that's fine. I'm going to pretend I did that on purpose to allow you to see what happens there. Didn't. I made a mistake, but it's okay. That is 8, and that is 9. Okay. So, we'll take all of our zeros. I am going to take one of our zeros, and I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to take a 1. I will put it the right way up. I will change this to be the right way up, just so I don't annoy anyone out there. And that gets us the wild flavor token. It does waste 2 beans, quote, waste, but now we've got the flavor token in the bag. It's fine. The 2 hard beans do become zeros. So these can go back to the box and become zeros. So they go into the bag. The 4 zeros that came out go back to the box, and 4 more ones come out. Okay, so we've got our 4 ones, and then the blue flavor token, because we're not doing anything with it, it can go back in here. Now, we spent 1, so it goes down to 3, but then we roasted 4 more, so it goes up to 7. So that means if we pulled every token in the bag, we could get a roast of 7, but we're aiming for 14. But we should now have 25 tokens in the bag. 3, 6, that's 10, and that's 7, so that's 17. So we wouldn't be guaranteed, well, we wouldn't be guaranteed anyway, because we've only got the 7, and we need 14. Now, we do move up to this one where I purposefully forgot to put the tokens on. Didn't forget, did it on purpose. Now, we do pull 10, so that is the same. So we don't need to worry about that. However, because we have hit the high temperature mark, I don't know, we do have to put a burnt bean into the bag. Because we're on the baby side, we only get to put 1 in, so that's nice and lovely, nice and cozy. However, we do pull 10 out of the bag, and they roast twice in this round. And they're going to do that again when we get to number 12 as well. So we do need to kind of keep that in mind for when we're pulling tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, dokie, do they go back in the bag? Now, we'll start with hard beans because the hard beans don't roast twice. They just become the baby zero bean. So we can do that, and that hasn't had any impact on our tracker. Now we'll take all the ones, we'll put some on one side. We've got 0 there. We've got our 2 flavor beans. We're not going to do anything with our flavor beans. They can go back over there. We do get rid of the water, so that's good for later. However, we need to change our 0 to a 2, so it goes up twice. So that takes us to 9. And then all 4 of these ones become 3s. So we now have a multitude of 3s, and because that's gone up by 8, we now go up to 17. So we are at a position where maybe, just maybe, we want to start thinking about, well, I think we'll do the next round, because that will take us to a maximum of 4 on our tokens. If we went to here, that might burn some of our beans, which would make it more difficult to complete the task. So we will move up. Everything goes back to the bag, and we're going to pull our final 11, and then we're just going to risk it. I'm feeling good. This is a nice cozy game, remember? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh dear, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That wasn't as good as I had hoped. We can move our flavor tokens just to one side. Now, let's put everything in order a little bit so we can just do this step by step. We've got 5 zeros, so the 5 zeros do become 5 ones. There we go, 5 ones. You can see them nicely there, which puts us up from 17 to 22. Our 2 becomes a 3, which puts us up to 23, and our 2 3s become very problematic 4s. Okay, that takes us up to 25. It's a little bit higher than I was hoping for, because now we are going to have to put everything back in the bag, and we're going to try and complete our coffee. We do have the additional tray for discard, which is good. We have to fill this cup with beans. So that means we do need to pull 10 beans to avoid losing any points. We're aiming for as close as 14 as we possibly can. So here we go. Let us pull, should we do, yeah, we'll do it one by one. Okay, do it on, we've got a 1. I like 1s. 1 can go there. So we just need another 13. Oh, it's going to show my math skills. Water's bad. We don't discard the water, I don't think. That just goes there, and that's annoying. Okay. Next up, we have a 3. So now we've only got an amount of spaces, 8 spaces, to get 10. So we need to be careful with what we're going to get. So let's pull the next one. It's a burnt bean. We're going to get rid of the burnt bean. I'm not happy about this so far. We need some 1s. That's a flavor bean. We do actually need a flavor bean. Okay, so this is going okay. The next one we get is a 1. We like the 1. We're at 5 out of 14. We need 9 more. It's a 0. We don't want the... Do we want the 0? I don't think we want the 0. Okay, coming up, we've got another 1. Ooh, okay, so the reason why we might want to get just 1 more, ooh, wrong page, here we go. these are actually additional points. So if we keep getting the same ones, we're going to get additional points. And points mean, well, not much, but it's just how we score ourselves. So how can we do this? We're at 6 already. We've got 5 spaces left. We need 9. If we can get 2 more 3s out and then 3 1s, we're in for all the points. Very risky. Probably not going to happen, but let's give it a go. Next up, we have a 1. Okay. There is some 4s in here, so maybe it's a 1. Okay. No more 1s. I don't know whether I like this. Okay. Let's just see. We're going to have to make some tough decisions. Are there enough 3s in here? I'm going to discard the 1. We're up to math 8. We've got 3 spaces left to get to 14. That's, oh no, because we've got multi-flavor beans to get as well. This has gone wrong. Oh no. Right, we need some big, powerful numbers. We're going to have to discard. Maybe taking that one was a bad idea. 4, 8. We need to somehow get 16 in 2 pulls. Okay, this is good. This is good. If there's another 3 in here, we've got what we need. 3, 6, 11. So that currently we're only at 5 points. We've got one more we've got 2 more pulls for this. Now, if we get the 3, if we get a 3, we get the 10 points. If we don't get a 3, we are basically doomed. 2, we need a 3 to get this. However, we could, because we're not going to get the flavor tokens anymore, because I done goofed. If we get all 3 flavor tokens, that's 6 points. 2's only 3, so that's an additional 3 points. So we are either going to take a 3 or a blue, and we're just going to risk it. Okay, so we've got a 1. There's not many tokens left in the bag. Beans. Okay, so that's bad. This is bad. Let's just quickly check the bag to see if we could have succeeded. We could have. This is what was left in the bag. Oh, that was just bad pulls. So we could have succeeded. We didn't. We failed, sort of. We just got a low score. So let's quickly add up our score. So we got not much. We got 11. So that is only 5 points. So that's a lowly 5 points out of a possible 10 points. 5 out of 10 points. So we got kind of almost the worst being the 4 over here. So that's okay. We only got 2 of our flavor tokens instead of the 3 required. So we only got 3 points instead of 6. So again, we're at half of what we could have got so far. Now, we did manage to get 5. So that gives us an additional 3 points. So that takes us up to 11 points. It's still not good. However, if we have a bean here, that is a -1. So that puts us at a grand total of 10 points, unfortunately. Now, I believe the minimum max score, which is a bit of a weird thing to say, but because of the amount of beans here and the different ways that you can do it, yada, 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 there could be higher than this. I think the max score would be an additional 5 points, because you could get 7 2s in there somehow, and then you'd get all of these. So 5, 10, plus your beans, which is another 6. So that's 21 points. So the maximum that you could get is 21 points, I think. I think I've got that right. And we got 10. So, not the best. However, this game is super lovely and cozy. That was how quick a game can go. If you have enjoyed it, let me know. And we'll do some more, because I am just going to keep playing through these because, well, it's just nice and cozy. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have enjoyed this, do like, comment and subscribe. If you think that there's a game out there that I haven't played that you might want to see on the channel, let me know in the comments. Other than that, until the next time we convene, bye for now.